switch frequency of 446.125. At this time, I'll take a quick standby for any priority, mobile, portable, or quick one and done traffic. This is VE3ZOE listening.
VA3CJZ.
VA3CJZ, good evening, Chuck. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, good evening there, Jason and all on net. Just a little bit under the weather lately, so thought I'd make it a quick one and done here for an early check-in. Got stomach issues, and yeah, I think I'm just going to watch a little bit of TV.
Yep, roger that. I've been there many times myself. Appreciate the check-in, Chuck, and I hope you feel better soon. Are there any other quick one-and-dones or mobiles, priority check-ins, blah, blah, blah? Come on in. All right, nothing heard. We'll open up to anybody anywhere with a valid amateur radio license. This is VE3ZOE on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday Night Net. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
VA3IMW. Good evening, Mac. How are you doing, my friend?
We're doing fairly well. Just to let you know, VA3NCA is live on the YouTube stream. He's not able to get to his radio, so you can log him in as a YouTube check-in. But other than that, what else can I say? Oh, by the way, yes, the live stream, just look for my call sign, VA3IMW, followed by LORC and the date. Obviously, just typing in my call sign into the YouTube search engine and find that little red button that says live, and there we are. Anyways, it's been a good radio day today. Worked quite a few stations, both on 40 meters, on 20 meters, although 40 was a little bit noisy. I do understand that the solar flux number was a little bit low today, so band's a little less active than usual. 10 meters ran across somebody that was working the South America QSO party, so I threw I threw some points at him there. Anyways, certainly appreciate you running this one, and I'm not sure if I got anything else for you right now.
Well, I appreciate the check-in there, Mac, and reminding me that you are streaming the net. Good evening, Wade, VA3NCA. I've got a stream pulled up here, and I can see your comments in there. And yeah, I have done absolutely no radio. I have no idea what's happening with the band. I haven't turned anything on in the station in days, and to be honest, I wasn't even sure that I was going to make it into the shack to run tonight's net, but here I am nonetheless. If you've got anything else, Mac, I'm sure you will try back in, and again, I appreciate the check-in. This is VE3ZOE for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday Night Net. Looking for more check-ins. Come on in. Or maybe this will be the shortest net for the Lake Ontario Radio Club ever.
Oh, I'm sure they'll come crawling out of the woodwork pretty quick. Yeah, what was I going to say? Because I did have something that popped in my head and it popped right back out again. Anyways, oh yes, that's it. This is the weekend for the time change, so clocks go ahead tonight. So UTC will become 8 p.m. as of tomorrow evening. But also a quick reminder and warning to anybody who's driving over the next couple of days. Just remember, everybody else is going to be just as bleary-eyed and distorted as you are. So traveling during these days is kind of prone to some difficulties. And if you have any heart issues or other things of that nature, take it easy on yourself because it's also major dates for heart attacks and other ailments of that nature. So everybody be careful, and hopefully the decision makers can very quickly come up with a way to get us out of this archaic time forward and backwards interruption in our lifestyles. Thanks again, Jason, and I'll turn it back to you.
Thanks for that, Mac. I appreciate the reminder as well, because I'd get up tomorrow and look at the clock and go, what the heck, I lost an hour. And yeah, I'm with you. Just get rid of it, call it a day, put the daylight savings time garbage, pick the time, leave it there, we'll all adjust, life will go on. Alrighty, this is VE3ZOE for the Lake Ontario Radio Club. It's Saturday Night Love. Looking for more check-ins. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor.
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Sierra.
VA3WPG in and out.
Alright, 3 stations heard. I got CDV, DTS, and a WPG with a quick in and out. Thanks for checking in, Chris. Top of that list, CDV. Good evening, Cal. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I hope everybody's well on the frequency. I just actually turned on my radio, and the first thing I heard was the net being advertised. So glad I caught you. I'm just doing a little bit of soldering, working on some electronics projects just for fun. And I find it's a really good thing to do while you're participating in the net, because you can sort of listen for your turn and at the same time do stuff on with soldering done. Anyway, back to you, Jason. Thank you for doing it.
Thanks for checking in, Cal. Quick question. What are you soldering? Because I got something going on my bench tomorrow for a bit of heart surgery, or brain surgery, as the case may be.
Oh, nothing special. Usually I just look on the internet and see if there's any interesting circuits. The one I'm working on right now is a police siren. So it utilizes a 555 timer and some caps and resistors, and sometimes I just pick things at random just to see if I can pull it off. So that's what I'm on now. Other times I just pull apart old electronics and see if I can fix them or reuse some of the parts. So just a hobby. Back to you, Jason.
Oh, very good, sir. Well, thanks for those details. My surgery tomorrow, if I get the time, is going to be an old original Nintendo NES. I've got some video RAM that's gone bad on the motherboard, and we'll be see if we can get some time to resurrect her and put her back into service, because I do love my old retro video games. Thanks for checking in, Cal. I appreciate it. Up next, VA3 DCS. Good evening, Dave. How are you doing, sir?
Well, good evening, Jason. Doing very well here, except for still a sore shoulder. Now I have that a hip to that, but I'm doing well.
A sore shoulder and a sore hip. Do I dare ask what you did to yourself?
Well, the shoulder's been going on for quite some time, and I kind of just lost a little bit of footing out in the ice and snow, taking the dogs out today, and now my left hip is kind of a little bit sore. I must have just overcorrected myself too quickly instead of just falling on the ground.
Well, at least it's only a strain or a pull, and not a busted hip from going down awkwardly. And I might sound older than I actually am, but I'm a big believer in a hot soak and an Epsom salt bath to fix all kinds of life's ailments.
yes, that does work. I used to do that many years ago when I had what you could call restless leg syndrome, and my legs were always sore, and they were always moving, even throughout the night. It was like riding a bicycle. I had to get medication to keep my legs from doing that, and then had to get some more medication so I could actually sleep, because the meds to keep my legs from moving at night caused insomnia, so I was awake all night. And then the sleeping pills, they counteracted that.
You poor bugger. That just sounds like an absolute disaster. I know for me, the restless leg syndrome, I call it the Jimmy legs, and my wife absolutely loathes it. When I lie down in bed and you get those uncontrollable twitches. I don't take any medication other than some adult grape juice that I'm a little partial to. Anything else for us tonight, Dave?
No, nothing else. Well, let's just say I started and finished my taxes today. I haven't submitted them, but they're all ready to go.
Comment.
QSL on the taxes. My wife is a tax nut. Did ours, got them submitted, already got the money, the refunds that she in fact figured out that we owed. Thanks for checking in, Dave. And go ahead, comment, Mr. Mack.
Yeah, thanks for that. Just wanted to let Dave know there's some noise on his signal. It's a little bit funny to coin a phrase from Elton John, but it's a little clickety clack going on. I'm suspecting some kind of issue with power supply. Maybe your power cables are taking some RF or something like that, but I never heard that on your signal previously, so you might want to have a look at that.
Oh, will do. I'm just looking at the little power meter on the radio here, and it's a little bit higher than it normally is. Maybe I hit the voltage on the power supply. Maybe it got increased too much.
Yep. So, Jason, I'm pretty sure you're hearing the same thing, and I hear it on direct as well as through the repeater. Anyways, yeah, check it out, and you don't want to do any damage to that shiny radio. Keep the shine on it.
Absolutely. Well, are you streaming this one? I could go and listen.
Absolutely. Yep. Just look up my call sign, VA3IMW space LORC, and then 8March25, or just look for the live button. So, yep, it's up there. I'm hoping the audio is going to be good enough that you'll be able to hear it.
All right. Yep. I'll get over there and give her a listen. Thanks for that.
Thank you much, gentlemen. And yeah, I do hear it myself. And Dave, if I had to put a phrase to it, I would say it sounds like a Geiger counter running right beside your mic. It's not constant. It's in and out. You'll hear it when you go listen to the playback on the net. All right, this is, well, you know what, let's go to Chris to see if he's got anything to say. VA3WPG, I know you were quick in and out, one and done, but we'll throw it over to you for a second.
Yeah, I was a VA3WPG. I was just busy reading some stuff on the internet. It's funny you say that because I was just about to break in there myself and say it sounds like a Geiger counter. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Are you reading anything interesting tonight, my friend?
Absolutely not. Just sitting here waiting for the nice weather. I've had enough. Pain in the ass every time you want to go. You got to bundle up and gear out, shoes, jacket, blah, blah, blah. Can't wait till the day you can just throw on your shoes and out you go.
I'm with you there, my friend. I looked at the forecast. It's a little cool this week, but 16 overcast and rainy by next weekend. So hopefully the warm will show up and then it will stay with us until the Canadian winter comes back next year. Anything else, Chris, before I throw another call out for check-in?
Nope, That's it for me. Just wanted to break in there with that guy or counter comment. Didn't know you were actually going to come back to me. But nope, that's it for me. Everybody have a good evening. VA3WPG73. Catch you on the next one.
Thank you much, Chris. Appreciate the check-in. This is VE3ZOE for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday Night Net. Looking for more check-ins. Come on in.
VA3IMW.
VA3NFG. Good evening, Steve. How are you doing, buddy?
Good, Jason. Hello, how's everybody doing this evening, on this Saturday, plus temperatures finally? Not doing much, just putting a little more edging on the old ham shack desk and, watching the Manson murders on, Netflix, so that's about it for me, buddy.
Well, I do appreciate the check-in, Steve. I'm just curious on what advancements you have made on your ham shack there. This has been a work in progress for quite some time, as I recall.
Yeah, well, I just kind of sort of officially got back to it because I was doing the honeydew list there for a few weeks, so I kind of got in the way. But no, I got one last edge to put on this thing. And that's it. So, got the iron here ready to plug it in. Got the strip cut and taped to the edge with Scotch tape. And gonna be applying heat next. And then filing off the edge. So, there you go. That's my plan.
Very good, sir. So that's one small step. And I get the honeydew list stuff. That's, my honeydew list is a little different these days, but it is there nonetheless. Anything else for us tonight, Steve, before I throw another call for check-ins?
No. I think that's it. Hopefully we don't get any snow. What's the forecast like there? I haven't even looked.
Well, now you caught me off guard here. So if I'm looking at this, the 14 days, mostly sunny this week, going up Tuesday, a high of 14, Friday, a high of 15 and sunny, Saturday, 16 and rain, and Sunday looks to be about the same. So above freezing, shouldn't have any snow, might be a little damp every now and then, but generally it looks pretty good.
Right on. Okay. So whatever snow is left right now, that should be the end of it. Let's hope, fingers crossed anyway. All right, let's get back to it. We'll be listening. VA3IMW.
Thanks for the check-in, Steve. I do appreciate it. This is VE3ZOE for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday Night Net. Looking for more check-ins. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
VA3FMB. Good evening, Wayne. How are you doing, sir?
VA3FMB, not doing too bad. Just kind of taking it easy, watching some YouTube videos. Other than that, not much. Just checking it. Back to you.
Thanks for the check-in, Wayne. I appreciate it. You did fade out there a little bit in the repeater. You didn't drop it, but was a little staticky.
You sound really good on my end. VA3FM.
Thank you much, sir. Appreciate the check-in. All right, this is VE3ZOE for Lake Ontario Radio Club. Looking for more check-ins. Come on in. All right, nothing heard. Let's make this last call for check-ins on the Saturday night Lake Ontario VA3IMW.net, or any rechecks or comments. This is VE3ZOE, standing by.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
So Jason and anybody else who might be interested, just a couple tips I learned just through soldering stuff. If you've got an old piece of equipment and it's not working and it's not powering up, if you're at all handy with it, pop the cover, make sure you unplug the electricity, of course, and look towards the power section of it, and look for capacitors that look like they're bulged, they're deformed, or they're dripping, like there's liquid actually dripping from the tops of them or sometimes the side. That's the first clue that a capacitor has given in, and once you replace that, you should be good to go unless something else is going on. And the second thing I learned is be careful when you order parts from Amazon. I ordered some 555 timers and also some op amps, and for the longest time I couldn't get my projects to work, and then I tested them, and although they're functional, the pinouts were incorrect, so obviously they were defective from the factory. That probably explains why you get 200 of them for like $20. Anyways, be careful of the parts you buy, and look for those bad caps. Back to you.
Comment. Thanks for the advice there, Cal, and go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, just want to say on that capacitor stuff, that's good stuff there. Actually, if you got LCD monitors that aren't powering up, every single LCD LED monitor that I've ever done, it's always been capacitors. Always.
I will second and third that always there for LCDs. I had back to my retro gaming stuff, I have a Sega Game Gear that had to be completely recapped for all of the power and video driver boards on the LCD, which was quite the undertaking. And that's always the first thing to go on any sort of equipment, first thing I would be looking for.
Comment.
Come on back, Al.
Yeah, and the ironic part is that if it ends up being a capacitor, they're so cheap. I mean, you can probably, fix it for less than $1 with a replacement capacitor. And sometimes, if that's all it is, people end up throwing out, for example, washing machines and dryers. They're all electronic now, most of them, and sometimes just fixing a capacitor can solve a big problem for, for under $1, you can probably restore a really pricey piece of equipment. So it's worth doing if you're a little bit handy, and just be careful to unplug things so you don't get electrocuted. But what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is it can not work, and then you have to throw it out. But at least it's worth a try.
Absolutely. I'm the last person to just immediately chuck something out because it's not working at all or not working the way it's supposed to. First thing I do is grab a screwdriver, take her apart, grab a magnifying glass, and start looking at all of the bits and pieces to see if we can figure out what's going on. And to your comment about chips off of Amazon, my friends, that would be the last place I would source chips from. If I need chips for anything, I'm usually getting them from DigiKey or Mouser, or if I'm in a hurry, I will make a dash over into Burlington to Sayal, or if I'm at the office, to the Sayal location by my office, and go pick them up there firsthand. I've never had bad ICs come out of them. Food for thought. Amazon wouldn't be my first choice. Same with Ali or Temu or anything else. All right, one more last call check-in for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday Night Network rechecks. This is VE3ZOE standing by.
VA3IMW recheck.
Come on back in, Mac.
Thank you very much. And just a quick reminder of the upcoming event, March 22nd at Salt Fleet Park. We'll get started around noontime with a group activation. Everybody interested in participating, feel free to join us. We'll try to work as many bands as possible, hoping that we get a dozen or more operators that will join in. It's a great chance for an eyeball QSO and a chance for exposure to Parks on the Air activation. Thanks for doing this one again, and looking forward to seeing everybody in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for the reminder, Mac. I totally forgot about that. I'm going to go put a reminder in my calendar immediately after this net that I should be there with bells on, unless the wife tells me we have other things we have to be taking care of. Are there any other last call check-ins or rechecks for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Saturday night net? Come on in. All right, nothing heard. Time is 7:26. We will call it there, gentlemen. I appreciate all 7 of you taking a moment out of your evening to join me tonight. And I would like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of this fantastic repeater. With that, I will turn this machine back to normal amateur use. I will bid you all 7 threes, and I will be clear. VE3ZOE.